Hello best learners, this is Mustafa here at Learn with the Best, and we've got a great video for you today. We're going to be discussing Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power. Law number 38. Think as you like, but behave like others. In this video, I'm going to define the law for you, and then we'll analyze the thought process behind using this law defensively. And finally, we'll look at an old fable that puts our strength of will to the test. This may be a difficult video for most viewers because I do not pull any punches here. So if you're a sensitive person, I suggest you skip over this video and watch one of my other videos on the 48 Laws of Power instead. However, if you can handle a little bit of criticism and if you're able to take a good hard look at yourself, then I believe this video will be worth its weight in gold for you. Okay, so here's the law. If you make a show of going against the grain, flaunting your unconventional ideas and unorthodox ways, people will think that you only want attention and that you look down upon them. They will find a way to punish you for making them feel inferior. It is far safer to appear to blend in. Share your originality only with tolerant friends and those who are sure to appreciate your uniqueness. To be a lion in sheep's clothing is an old idiom of biblical origin used to describe those among us who play a role that is contrary to our real character. Because if we reveal our true selves to the sheep, then a disease will spread amongst the sheep, and the entire herd of crazed sheep will rally against the lone lion, and this can be a very dangerous situation to be in. This is why I choose to use this law as a defensive suit of armor in my everyday life. I'm going to go ahead and stamp this law as one of the top 5 most important laws from Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power. The majority of the human population are sheep. Make absolutely no mistake. Good little baby sheep are told by their sheep parents and by society as a whole that if they go to college and take out massive loans for degrees, then and only then will they get a good job, leading to a great and amazing life. Sheep hit the snooze button 3 times before finally waking up, and they are reactive to all of the events that come into their lives on a daily basis. They go to their 9-to-5 jobs in the best and healthiest years of their lives, making a middle-class income. They use that income to pay for college, to pay for the mortgage on your 3,000 square foot homes, to pay for their cars, to pay for their daily Starbucks Frappuccino lattes. Sheep will open multiple credit cards and go into a deep credit card debt trying to pay the minimums every single month. Sheep will come home after their 9-to-5 jobs and binge watch Game of Thrones this week, Stranger Things next week, and Breaking Bad the week after that. Sheep will hate Mondays and live for the weekends, where they all gather at the local sheepery and talk about who's got the shiniest wool. When a new year comes around, the sheep will all state loudly, "I'm going to go to the gym every day. I'm going to eat healthier every day. I'm going to make more money at my job. I'm going to go get that female sheep of my dreams." But the sheep will never take a single step towards achieving those goals. In fact, they're too busy watching Netflix to even write those goals down on a piece of paper. It's not easy to stop being a sheep. So please don't think that I'm coming down on you too hard, because it's not easy. But when you press that red button instead of the blue button, the blue button of comfort that you've been accustomed to, you open up new worlds of possibilities. And when that happens, it's important to keep this law in mind. Think as you like, but behave like others. When I started to see a little success in my own small business, just about every friend and family member that I told had something negative to say. It's crazy how the people around you that are supposed to be the closest to you want you so desperately to remain as you are. It's not easy to walk a different path from the majority. In fact, it's hard. I had to work 12 to 16 hour days on multiple different businesses throughout my life, and most of those businesses failed miserably. But I chose to continue trying because that's what makes me feel alive, and I know that if I keep going, I will find that success. After a long while, I finally saw success in one online e-commerce business, and still being a baby cub lion, I foolishly told my friends about this, and you know what they said? It won't last. Do you think that you can really compete against Amazon? They're taking everything by storm. Oh, your prices are way too high. No one is going to pay what you're asking, and then you're going to go out of business. These are all the comments that they had for me. And when I started this very YouTube channel and I named it Learn with the Best, I told someone who was very close to me about it. Do you know how he responded? He stated, "You're not the best." And I proceeded to explain to him what the name actually means. I'm not the best, I explained. The whole point of the name is about learning from some of the greatest and best minds that the world has ever produced. Learning the timeless lessons that these people have had to teach and doing it in quick, digestible, animated videos. This is what the name means. You know, I foolishly explained this to him as if I were obligated to waste even a single breath on the matter. So how did he respond anyways? You know, he didn't say a single word. In fact, he didn't even have the respect to look at me. So why is it that the sheep among us, even the ones that are closest to us, why do they want us so desperately to remain as we are, as one of them? It's because it makes them uncomfortable to see you grow into the lion that you were meant to be. So my advice to you, dear viewer, is to keep your head down and work. Turn that small flame in your soul into a raging fire and do what you were meant to do, what you were put on this earth to achieve. Now, let's look at an old folktale. But before we do that, I need your help with the YouTube's algorithms. Please simply engage with this video. Things like subscribing, commenting, and sharing the video with your friends on your social networks really do help me out a lot. And if you want to transform yourself from a lamb to a lion, then check out my course pinned in the top comment below. I will give you the tools that you need for success, but you have to actually step up and put in the work on yourself. This course is not for everyone because the majority of the population are sheep, but for those very few of us who do want to walk the path of the lion, this is the course for you. You can stop being a sheep and you can start being a lion. It just takes one step at a time. Okay, so back to the video. The title of this old fable is When the Waters Were Changed. So once upon a time, Kadir, the teacher of Moses, called upon mankind with a warning. At a certain date, he said, all the water in the world which had not been specifically hoarded would disappear. It would then be renewed with new, different water, which would drive men absolutely mad. Only one man listened to the meaning of this advice. He collected water and he went to a secure place where he stored it, and then he waited for the water to change its character. On the appointed day, the streams stopped running, the wells went dry, and the man who had listened, seeing this happening, went to his retreat and drank his preserved water. When he finally saw the waterfalls again beginning to flow, this man descended among the other sons of men. He found that they were thinking and talking in an entirely different way from before, yet they had no memory of what had happened, nor of having been warned. When he tried to talk to them, he realized that they thought that he was mad, that they showed either hostility or compassion, but never understanding. At first, the man drank none of the new water, but went back to his concealment to draw upon his supplies every single day. Finally, however, he made the decision to drink the new water because he could not bear the loneliness of living and behaving and thinking in a different way from everyone else. He drank the new water and became like the rest. Then he forgot all about his own store of special water, the old water, and his fellows began to look upon him as a madman who had miraculously been restored to sanity. Wow. You will find that the path of the lion is a lonely road indeed. You think differently from everyone around you for miles and miles. At times you may begin to think that you're crazy for pursuing whatever idea or dream that you have. And during these moments of contemplation, the need for comfort will be ever growing. How easy would it be to give up on your dreams and instead just watch the newest season of Stranger Things, eating a Big Mac with fries and washing it all down with a root beer float? After all, everyone else is enjoying these comforts. Your strength of will be tested time and time again. You must rise to the challenge every day. Some days will be harder and some days will be easier. So in closing, strive to become a lion. Shed that wool. It's going to be a difficult path by all means, but trust me, it is so worthwhile. If you like my YouTube content and you want to support me in the creation of more content, then please check out my Patreon link pinned in the top comment below. I upload new videos every Friday for my Patreon subscribers that go deeper into my life regarding the 48 laws of power. These videos are a bit more raw and untamed than my usual videos here on YouTube. And if you're a patron of mine already, then I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, because it's people like you that truly make all of this possible. I hope you enjoyed this animated video on Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power, law number 38. Think as you like, but behave like others. Thanks, and I'll see you next time for Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power, law number 39.